Hi guys, so this is Are the Tides Changing? So we're going to do deck 1 and deck 2. So have a think about your piercing, we're going to see what's happening, what the current energies are, see if the tides are turning, see if it's changing, ready to go. So pick your deck, deck 1, deck 2, let me get your current energies. I apologise for my neighbours, somebody's having a row. Welcome to England, welcome to near Manchester. This is what happens. So deck 1, let's see what's going on. Can you tell me those that picked deck number 1, are the tides changing between them and their person? So can I get the collective energies, collective thoughts, feelings, emotions, thought processes of those that picked deck number 1? Deck 1, deck 1, deck 1. If you haven't found us on Instagram yet, come and find me. If you follow me, I'll follow you back, unless it says private. And if it says private and you want me to follow you, just message me and I'll do it. It's just I don't want to invade anyone's privacy. So if you don't want me following you, message as well. Okay, can you tell me please what's happening? The collective energy for deck number 1. Are the tides changing with them and the person that they are thinking of? 1, 2. Are the tides changing? 3, 4. 1, 2. We will have those 4. They feel right. Okay. So yes, the answer is yes, the tides are changing with you and the person. What's happening is you've had to come to this period of, like, you are in, most of you are going to be in no contact, or if you are in a relationship, it's little contact, it's little communicating, little by little, this relationship, and you've had to kind of put the pieces together of what's been going on. You've had to work out what's actually happening. You've had to take a step back from the situation to plan it all out, to work it all out and see what's happening. Now, as you've been focusing on yourself and you've been moving your situation forward within yourself, you've gone into hermit mode, analysing everything, working it all out, putting everything in the pot, analysing what you want, analysing the way to move forward and working it all out. Whilst that's been happening, this person's tower has now hit. So where's the tower affected you before? Now the tower is affecting them and what's happening in their little world. Their energies are changing. The thing is moving forward. This is happening as we speak. This is happening right now, that the tower for these guys, your person that you are thinking of, is falling. And when the tower falls, and it's happening now, this is when they're going to start thinking about you and about pushing towards you and moving closer towards you. They are, some of them have been involved in karmic relationships. If it isn't karmic relationships, they've had karma that needed clearing, which is why you would have had a period of no contact as well. There is a higher perspective with this relationship. There is more going on than meets the eye. And their tower has come, the karma is being paid, and this is happening as we speak right now, in the here and now. They are thinking of you. They are turning to look towards you. At the moment, obviously, this is a death card, so death has had to happen on both of your parts for this situation to be where it is now. But they are starting to look towards you again, starting to make movement towards you, especially with the tower hitting and the lovers card going on. They are planning their way back to you. They're thinking, what can they do to move this situation forward? There is transformation afoot. The relationship is moving forward. The lovers here, pushing it forward, moving it on, and the feelings that they have for you. There is only 2 lovers on this card, so whether they're in a karmic relationship before, that's all cleared now. This is just about you and them moving forward and pushing your energies together. They are aware of how they're feeling. Their hearts are starting to win over their head, especially when this tower moment hit. Now, for me to tell you what the tower is, it's all going to be individual to your circumstances and to your people. So without going in their energy, I won't be able to tell you specifically what the tower is for your person. But as your collective, their tower has hit. They're starting to think about moving towards you. They're still quite worried about getting stung. There are bees on this, or wasps. They are wanting to move towards you, but they are at the moment worried about your reaction, worried how you're going to take it. They've been having their cake and eating it for quite a while, and now the situation has happened. They're going to be forced to make a decision. They're going to be forced to choose a pathway, and they will come towards you with the Lovers card. But the situation has had to end. This situation couldn't carry on the way it was, because it was just eating it alive at you. You know, the karma was building up and up and up, and the situation was eating you alive. You have got the Star card. Things are going to, there is definitely movement with this person. The tides are definitely changing. What's going to happen next? Let's see what's going to happen next. Keep on standing in your power. Keep standing firm in your choices and decisions. The more you are in your Queen or King of Swords energy, the pull to them, the pull towards you will get bigger. They're seeing you now as a lot more stable. They're seeing you as in a lot more stability and a lot more stable ground. Before, it was very emotional. They found you very full on, and even on a subconscious level, your energy was still hitting their aura, hitting their energy. So they backed away from the situation because it was heavily burdened. But now they're seeing you with more stability. They're starting to see you as wanting a future with you. Again, the dove is looking down. They are watching you. They're watching your social media. They're seeing what's going on. They're trying to see what's happening in your life. You're not letting them in. You're protecting your heart. Keep on doing that for the time being. They're trying to grow this relationship. They're trying to find their way back to you. They're trying to, or even if you're in a relationship, they're realizing that this is who they want to be with you. They're realizing that this is where the seeds are sown. Your period of transformation is over. The butterfly is hatching out the chrysalis with the tower falling for them, and they will start making moves towards you. At the moment, it is still logic navigating that, but with the balance of the King of Cups, which I did have, balancing these two out. So at the moment, they're balancing on the logical side, but this tower is happening in the here and now, which is going to make them emotional, which is going to make them feel the pull towards you, which is going to then make them want to make contact with you or move this relationship to the next step, depending on your individual circumstances. I'm hearing the karma has been paid. So whatever karmic debt they had before, that is now cleared. They're just feeling heavily burdened at the moment, unable to make a choice. They're paddling upstream, but they are going to turn around and go with the flow of the situation. There is slow and steady movement towards you. I have a feeling that this is going to speed up though. Once this tower hits, whilst it's slow and steady at this point in time, when this tower actually hits, even though it's happening now, your towers are all going to hit at different times for them. When that tower hits them, this is going to turn into the King of Swords, because I've just seen a clairvoyant image of it, Knight of Swords, and it's going to be full charge and coming back to you. At the moment, they're keeping you on the sideline, having a look. She's wearing green for her heart-centered energy. She's moving towards you. The horse is making slow steps. They do still need their freedom. So if they come back and say that they want another relationship with you and they want to try again, or even if you're in this relationship and they say they want to try again, they're going to need their space and their freedom, because that's the type of people that, like deck one is, these guys need, or the guys as in not sex guys, like gender, not gender guys, the people I'm talking about as a whole, low battery, need their space, they need their freedom. They're not very good when they're hounded by emotions, so they take slow and steady steps towards you. They're in conflict at the moment, trying to put all the pieces together. A few people are peer pressuring them into what they should be doing, and the blue is lack of communication, or the lack of telling you how they feel. So at the moment, they're being peer pressured into what they should be doing, but once this tower hits, you are going to be the one that they come to. You're going to be the one that they call with the Ace of Swords there to say, come marking their territory, looking for the summit as well. This is happening now with the little field mouse on it. This is the here, this is the now. And you will be set for your new beginnings of them. You've just got to take a leap of faith, go with the energies that are given, go with the cards that you are being dealt, work your way through it, work your way through the crap, keep standing in your King and Queen of Swords energy, and this will naturally move towards you. There will be a natural progression. But their tower is here. The tower is here. Let me get some clarifying cards. Some clarifying cards for deck number one. Clarifying cards for deck number one. I've got a bit of a cough. I've been talking too much, too many readings. Clarifying cards for deck number one. They're not going to want to admit that they are vulnerable. So when this tower comes, when the tower hits and they come towards you, they will still be pretending that they are okay, that they are in a position of strength. They're not going to want you to see them as vulnerable. So they're going to be pulling the I am the big I am, you know, this is me, oh, I'm fine. But actually deep inside of them, there is a lot of turmoil which is going on, I've just heard. So be prepared for them to be wearing a mask in front of you when they do come back, acting like everything is okay, when actually deep inside them, the tower's hit, they are in turmoil, but they're going to pretend that they are strong and that they are powerful, and that is them, because they just like to wear this mask so they don't feel vulnerable around you because of the past. They have got the lovers, they've also got the lovers, so the lovers are there, they are thinking of you. There are only two people on this card again, so it isn't third party, it's just you and them, and the White for being at peace. They're going to come back and try and find some peace with you. You've got the 6 and the 3 of Pentacles, trying to keep balanced with it all, trying to keep stable. They are feeling as if they're being pulled in different directions at the moment. Again, peer pressure, not necessarily friends, could be family. Peer pressure is pushing them in a certain direction. But once this Tower hits, you are going to be the one that they come to, that they're going to seek the release in, and they're going to come to you for help. They'll be looking for you, they'll be grabbing for you, they'll be coming to get you, to help moving forward. Whether that's selfish or not depends on your individual circumstances, but that's the way the energy is. So they have got feelings for you. They've gone from the situation to try and process everything, work it out. They knew that they couldn't carry on with this situation the way it was, and neither could you. You've dealt with the cards they've given you. You started to stand in your Queen of Swords energy. You're manifesting the outcome you want. They're looking towards you now. Tower is coming. It is going to hit. It's going to hit as we speak. The karma is being cleared. 8 of Wands is it's happening now. Karma, Tower, this is coming to them. They're going to seek you. They're going to come find you. It's going to look slow and steady to begin with. They'll be asking people to check in on you. They'll be asking people for information about what is going on in your life. They are watching your social media. They're going to be looking at all different ways that they can try and get you back. And then once they've decided that, they're going to get the Knight of Swords energy come sweeping in, trying to come and save the day. Obviously, it's up to you what you decide from them. They're looking to you with more secure grounds now for a relationship with the Queen of Swords and with the Lovers. They're looking for you more stable grounds for your new beginnings with the Fool. So just go with the energies. They're good cards. They are good cards. It's going to move forward in the direction you want it to. But this Tower's got to hit them first, but the Tower's now. So it's not long. It's not long. On average for your collective energy, it's looking about 2 to 4 weeks. That's your collective energy. As your personal circumstances, I'd have to look at it in personal readings. But as your collective energy, 2 to 4 weeks before there is severe movement, strong movement. Okay, let's do deck 2, 1152. Can I have the oh, my heart's just gone racing. Deck 2, you're nervous. Can I have the collective energy for those that picked deck number 2? Are the ties changing with them and the person that they are thinking of? I chose the title, Are the Ties Changing, because my guides, higher level guide than my more divine guide, well, one of the higher guides, Ascended Master Guide, always says to me, Mark, the tides are changing water. So that's what made the tides change. So deck number 2, are the ties changing for the person that they are thinking of? Is their ties changing for them? Is there movement? Thoughts, feelings, emotions, and energies of collective deck 2. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, and energy. You're feeling very closed off to the world at the moment. You're feeling very alone and you're feeling very isolated by things. Can I have some cards, please, for the ties changing on deck number 2? You've decided to retreat from everything at the moment, trying to get yourself into a more stable position, focusing on your finances, your careers, being as stable as you can within yourself, working through your energies and finding your strength within yourself. You are still struggling at this point in time. You are still having a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, a lot of nightmares. The sun is rising in the background, but at the moment you can't feel it because you're feeling so isolated and alone. Judgment Day has had to come, or is going to come. Choices and decisions have got to be made for your highest good. And this is where you are at this point in time, worrying about the process. Please get out of your negative thoughts. Please don't hold them for longer than 17 seconds, because if you do that, you are manifesting them, which you do not want to do. You need to take a step back from where you are feeling the best you can and go with the fear. Let the fear go. Sorry, that was a translation error. Let the fear go. You are in conflict at the moment. You're fighting yourself, you're fighting your head and your heart, you're fighting your emotions, but you are getting more stable with what you're doing. The cauldron is bubbling, things are going to hit the surface, the shit is going to hit the fan, it is going to be moving forward. At the moment of time, some of you have walked away from the situation, they have walked away from you. They've turned their back on the emotions. It became too much, it became too intense. They were either you or them were feeling extremely trapped by the situation, and that's why you decided to take a step back from it. whichever way it's ended up, whether it was you that left or whether it was them that left, both of you are hurting, both of you are in conflict at your head and your heart, but it just couldn't stay the same way that it was, and that is why judgment's hit, and that is why you are where you are at this point in time. Keep focusing on yourself and gaining your stability. Once you start realizing that, you can start moving the situation forward with your manifesting skills. We need to start turning the negative memories into positive ones, so that you can push this situation forward in the direction you want it. Whether it's with this person or whether it's with someone new, we can look at that in your individual readings, but that will be down to you. The tides are changing in the fact that you are starting to learn to appreciate yourself and love yourself and knowing how you deserve to be treated, and that's what comes when you're getting more stable within your own world and your own right. Some of you are focusing on children as well. If you have children, that is now your well, it's always been your priority. It has always been your priority, but you're focusing on trying to get that unit, your stability with that going on. You're also trying to get your money sorted whilst you're dealing with this heartache and this pain. There are going to be new adventures that are awaiting you. This is longer term than deck number 1. The tides are not quite changing yet. Not quite changing yet. You've got to work, keep focusing on yourself and getting your stability within yourself. Your emotions are everywhere at the moment. You've got to start weighing up your logic over your emotions and your head over your heart, and going with the strongest energy, going with the pull. Obviously, you can't fight how you're feeling. You're obviously allowed to have crap days. I'm not saying that I don't ever have crap days. I do. But your emotions are everywhere at the moment, and you're dealing with the heartbreak. So go gentle on yourself. Go easy on yourself. Let this naturally take its course. There is new adventures awaiting you, but you've got to get over these fears and get into your stability first before you can move the situation forward. Some of you are worrying that they've been cheating or that there are other people involved. I'd have to look at that in your personal readings, but it doesn't necessarily feel that way. Not for all of there are some of your situations as your collective. Some of you there are third parties. Majority of you there isn't, but there is karma. This situation had to end for karma to be repaid, a bit like deck 1. A lot of karmic energies karmic contracts are coming to an end. That doesn't mean to say that you and your person are karmic. It just means to say that the energy that was building up was karmic, and it had to end. It had to be put down as it was, and left as it was, because if you carried on, this would just ended up digging you worse and worse. So the death card has had to happen for karma to kind of be repaid, the karmic debt. Now a lot of that will be past life karma with this person, especially if you're twins. It won't be karma that you have in this life. It'll be karma from previous lives. If you're feeling brave, you can go do some past life regression. Remember, it's very traumatic. Weighing up the yin and yang, light and dark, good and bad duality. You're trying to battle everything at the moment, trying to work your middle ground. What is your middle ground? Where you are, you're very confused, you're very stuck, you're very heartbroken. Just go gentle on yourself. There are going to be a number of choices and decisions that have to be made for adventure to kick in. Let's get some more. Where are we going with this? What happens next? If you're not in contact with this person, there will be movement towards you in the end when they feel more stable in themselves. Knight of Cups coming with love towards you. Knight of Pentacles coming with an offer towards you. It's going to be slow process though. Slow process. So at the moment, you need to focus on your stability without them. Knowing that you will be okay without them. And then they'll come back. You have to let the situation go for it to move forward. If you keep holding on to the state, like holding on to it now, you're pressing pause on the situation. So if you want to look at manifesting plans, let me know, because I'm doing them now, and we can get the situation moving forward for you. But your best bet at the moment is to just keep focusing on yourself and letting the energy, feel the energy. Don't fight the energy and let it go and purge it. You're doing a lot of purging. That was a hug slip. And the clarifying cards for deck 2. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so as the situation moves on, again, things are starting to happen. They will be happening, not yet. This is as you're moving forward in about 2 months' time, there's stuff that is going to start happening towards you. You will, in the end, have your victory. You will get what you want from the situation. It's not yet. It's not yet. You've got to put in the self-love work at the moment, but in the end there is the victory. Your personal timings I'd have to look at in private readings because I cannot pick up on that at the moment. What you need to do is get out of this heartbreak, get out of this backstabbing, get out of this feeling that you are the victim. I'm not trying to be nasty or rude, but you are feeling very attacked at the moment, feeling like everything's just landed on your head and you're feeling very sorry for yourself. Once you start working on yourself, you'll step out of this energy. You can then make your wish, bring in the manifesting techniques that you need to move the situation forward. They will come back and you have your victory and you have your success. It's not a quick fix. It's not an overnight fix. This relationship is going to take some purging, and it's going to take a lot of you looking after yourself and focusing on your energy and what you can do to look after yourself and move your personal situation forward based on what needs healing. You've got to do a lot of chakra cleansing. You've got to do a lot of energy cleansing. If you're twins, go to the Merkaba, have a chat with them, look at your mutual guide that works for both of you. If you're not twins, in your soulmates, try and do some clearing as well. You've got blocks, cut karmic cords, cut any kind of etheric cords that you've got. If you're twins, watch the twin flame video on navigation and navigating the journey, because there's loads of techniques on that. And if you're not twins, just do the work yourself. You've got to feel stable in yourself for this relationship to progress forward. It wasn't healthy the way it was toxic, it was getting you down, and you were in a very negative place and in a low point. Now the situation is hit ahead. It's time for you to start working on moving forward, and you've got to do that on your own first before this person can come back to you, because that's the way the universe works. Self-love, self-worth, self-respect, that's where you need to be focusing your energy at the moment, not on this person. If you shift your energy from them back to you, you can manifest the outcome you want, but you have to do that when you're in a place of strength, which you're just not at the moment. So go gentle on yourself, go easy on yourself, allow yourself to feel the negativity. You're allowed to have crap days, you're allowed to feel rubbish, and let it naturally bad cough, let it naturally process and progress, and it will all fall into place. But for now, go easy on yourself. You can make this adventure start. They will come back to you, but you can have the adventures that you want. You have your 9 of Cups in here. You can pick whatever pathway you want. But for now, you need to focus on yourself and doing your healing work. And that's it. So if you want to book, before I cough up my guts anymore on you, if you want to book a personal reading, email mysticlovetarot@gmail.com. If you want to book a manifesting plan, it's exactly the same process. Email mysticlovetarot@gmail.com. They're your personal manifesting plans. They're down to your very ins and outs. The way I do it is I ask you this question: if there was a bunch of miracles overnight, what would your life look like tomorrow? Those short-term miracles and long-term miracles, what would your life look like? And using that, I draw up your plan for you and what you want and where you want to go and what needs to happen and how you're going to go about it. That's how the manifesting plans work. Obviously, I draw them up. It's just your responsibility to do the work, but they will work. They do work, but you have to put in the groundwork to do it. Find us on Instagram if you haven't found us, and I'll follow you back unless you're private. Again, I always say that. And then if you want me to follow you in your private, just drop me an email. And that's it. I shall see you soon, my button moons. Take care. Love from England. Bye.